All right, so we've made it to day 24 of walking the hexatetraglyph. My name's Colin, and this divination board sitting here in front of me is something like a labyrinth or a little sacred space. We use it to take a miniature pilgrimage, sort of a self-initiation or rite of passage. And if you look at this divination board, you'll notice that you start in the center point, right here on position A, and then you follow 6 branching pathways until you reach one of 64 endpoints. Each endpoint is a hexagram of the I Ching. Every day that you move one letter at a time, you use astrology to come up with a daily question, sort of a topic to explore for the day. And then you write about that in your journal. And to explore that topic, we draw 3 tarot cards. So you do that all the way through the alphabet, the first 26 days. 26 letters, 26 days. And as that takes place, you draw 3 cards per day. 3 times 26 is 78. So we use all the cards in the tarot deck. And as you can see, that's all we have left because we're on day 24. So we've almost seen all the cards in the deck at this point. We are on position X today. So we know we're over here on the map. We kind of know we're going to have one of these 4 hexagrams when we finish on day 27. Day 27, we have no cards left. So rather than using astrology and tarot, we open the I Ching and we get advice from that wise old oracle. If you're interested in learning more and maybe following along or just learning how to take a journey like this, you can check out the first video in this series. There's a playlist on this YouTube channel. All right, so with that, we're going to do what we do each day and draw a couple planets and choose one to work with. And we're also going to categorize the planets as either yin or yang based off of where they're at in the zodiac. All right. Okay. I don't know how many days in a row I've drawn the sun. Quite a few. I don't know. It feels like I keep drawing the sun. At this point, I'm starting to lose track a little bit, I think. So today, the sun is in Virgo, and Mercury right now is in Leo. It's about to leave Leo. Now, there's been some discussion of how to categorize these planets, and this seems kind of equivalent in a way, because you have the sun in Virgo. Virgo's ruled by Mercury. And then you have Mercury in Leo. Leo's ruled by the sun. But Virgo is mutable earth. And I would give that a little bit of yin energy. So as bizarre as it seems, I'm just going to categorize off of what my gut feeling here is. You know, an astrologer who's more experienced and qualified than me will possibly disagree, but that's part of the gameplay, right? It's this part of categorizing planets, it draws your unconscious out, or your feelings, right? It kind of it forces you to use your instincts sometimes, like right now, where I'm like, wow, these are really equivalent. So now I kind of have to use my analytical skills, my gut instinct, and then you just go for it. And that gets baked into the process. You end up at an endpoint based off of the way that you categorize things, partially. So on the game board, up is yang, yin is down, left is yin, right is yang. I probably said that kind of funny, but hopefully you get the point. We moved down the first pathway, so we know our first line of our hexagram will be yin. Then we moved left on the second pathway, so we know our second line will be yin. Then we moved up, which gave us a yang line, and we realized we're going to have mountain for our first trigram. Let's see if I can grab mountain here. So we're kind of lower trigram will be mountain. We're in that realm there. We know that. And then we moved left on our fourth pathway. So we know our fourth line will be yin. So we have 3 yin lines in our hexagram and 1 yang. The yang line is in the third line of the hexagram. So today I'm going to put Mercury on the upper position and the sun on the lower. So the sun will be on the yin X and Mercury will be on the yang X. You can see we're almost there, almost to the end point. Now I'm going to decide which planet do I want to work with for the day. I haven't worked with Mercury very often. And so I'm a little interested in doing that, I believe. We'll go ahead and work with Mercury today. And now it's time to come up with a topic for the day. So I see Mercury, you know, as communication and ideas. And I think maybe I'll grab this book I've been using, Carol Taylor's Astrology. And we'll just look at Mercury real quick. Mercury in Leo. Let's just take a look at that because I'm getting some brain fog. I've been doing this for quite a while. I should be fast at it, but actually it's kind of adding up, you know. It's like this is intended to challenge you, and it is, you know. You got to go through the whole deck day after day. And on top of that, I've been editing videos. I'm not good with YouTube. I'm just learning how to do that. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So forgive me if I'm having a little brain fog. Yesterday, all those major arcana at once, it like blew the circuits out for me. I couldn't do it. It was too many big themes. But I liked that. It was fun to try that and see what happens when you get all big major arcana. Something I need to work on for sure. Okay, Mercury in Leo. Leo encourages an extroverted and confident speaking style. You can hold an audience with the power of your voice. Okay. Mercury, language, communication, learning, ideas, thoughts, mind. I know this was talking about speaking style, but I've kind of already talked about that quite a bit early on in the journey. When I was talking about how I was having issues with public speaking years ago. And so I think is what I'm going to do is go into the ideas, because yesterday it felt like it should have given me some big ideas. There was a lot of big power there. So let's see if some bold ideas can come out of the cards. So if you want to take a minute and think about what you'd like to write about today, explore in your journal or create a tarot card spread off of it, off of this Mercury in Leo, then you can pause the video and think about that for a minute. I'm trying to come up with something myself. Big ideas. I think maybe the first card could just be something about having a big idea. It could inspire a vision of a big idea. Can I have something come to mind off of just a card? That sounds very challenging, but you know, why not? Why not? Something new, novel, something big. The second one, let's say, like, what's the potential of that idea? I mean, if you have an idea, then the next thing you'd want to think about is, okay, what could come of it, right? And let's see, the third could be, I mean, I could do like a potential good and a potential bad outcome, but I don't really like that. I think I'll do advice. That kind of has to do with dealing with bad outcomes, or, you know, it gives you that opportunity to look at the different sides of what's going on here. So we're going to go with a card that represents a big idea, a card that represents the potential of that idea, and then we'll go with a card that is advice. Okay, so here's our big idea card. I don't know what that means, but that does feel like a big idea, right? And another major arcana that's just blasting yellow. I mean, like yesterday. Oh man, it's a lot of sun here. So we got Leo, and we have the sun going on, and Mercury is in, it's just in all that sunlight. So we're talking about big ideas. I don't know what that big idea is right now. It overwhelms me. The sun card always overwhelms me. It's like too much. It's too much solar energy for me. I think as a Cancer Aquarius, I'm more comfortable with Moon and Saturn energy. And I get that sun card and I'm just like, I need my sunglasses and I need to get under a tree right now. Let's pull a couple more cards and see if I can start to process that one. Oh, wow, look at that. Just like what I was saying. I said I needed to get under a tree. I needed to go back into my Aquarian and Cancer ways. And kind of that rejecting. No, I'm good. I'm good. I've got these things I'm working on right here. I don't necessarily need all that big solar energy coming in right now. I mean, the meditation there too, right? Kind of that sitting in almost a meditative style with the Four of Cups. Oh, and that's quite strange. The Seven of Swords. That is very odd to me. I would love to hear comments if anyone sees something in that. Feels like some sort of call out here. Like like I'm getting caught stealing something. Don't steal someone's ideas. What is that? Okay, so one thing I know about the Seven of Swords that I remember learning about is it can represent like having two minds on a situation. In fact, I think that's kind of a summary of it. It's like it can be related to tricksters, and it can be related to having two opinions on a situation, or two ways of seeing a situation. There's like sort of a contrast of this thief. It's kind of performative. It's in the middle of the day. He's doing something that should be sneaky, but he's just doing it out in sunlight. So it's kind of like he's playing a trick, like he's maybe playing a prank. Like he's kind of teasing. He's got this big grin on his face, which kind of reminds me of I like to knock the Buddha down. Sorry, Buddha. It kind of reminds me of game design a little bit, and I'm enjoying doing that sort of work. But I don't think that's actually what's going on here. That might be a little coincidence here, that there's something a bit playful, as is with the sun. There's some playfulness there. I see the sun as being the inner child. We've talked a little bit about finding that the inner child, the instinct. We just had the fool on the last one, where the fool was, again, kind of the forever child in a way. And I don't mean that. I don't think that we should try to be immature. I think that to become mature and to still be able to have fun in life it's a difficult goal. It's a difficult achievement to be able to mature to the point where you understand the challenges and suffering that life brings. And nevertheless, you still can find enjoyment and you can still find that inner child. You don't have to be Mr. Serious all the time to be mature. It's like another layer of growth. It's like an invitation to me, really. Like, that would be nice. That's something I need. And I'm going to tell you, when I first thought, big idea, and when I first saw the sun, I was very off-put by the whole thing. In fact, Leo just does that to me. I think Leo is a beautiful, incredible sign. Really, really wonderful. But for me, I'm not comfortable in it. It doesn't make me comfortable. Which is like this guy right here. Just being like, no, thanks, Mercury in Leo. I appreciate the offering. I appreciate that big, beautiful idea, but I think I'm just going to sit here and meditate a little bit. I think I need that in my life right now. And this other person over here is me having two minds on it. I do feel called out by this a little bit. It's like, nope, I don't respect your spread. I'm not going to play by the rules of your spread where you just tried to lock us into meanings. The advice that I get from this is to kind of look at what I'm already doing here. Work on this growth here. It's not regressive. It's not going back into being a baby. It's maturing to the point where I can enjoy in the way that kids do. Meditating. Maybe being playful in a way. I would say, if anything, it's telling me continue to work on this stuff. Just, you don't need a new big idea. Continue to work on this this project that you have. I'd say it's confirmation, actually. Don't go out looking for some new distraction. It's okay to be where I'm at. Seems as simple as that. So if you see something different, please let me know. I would love to hear some other comments on this spread, on these three cards, on the way that I placed the planet tokens. What do you think Mercury in Leo means? How do you interpret that transit? And with that, I think we'll wrap it up for the day. Let's see, I chose a Yang planet. So therefore these three cards will go in the top right corner. And tomorrow we will be on position Y. That's amazing. Just 2 more tarot card readings to go. Just 2 more. Yep, 6 cards left. 6 cards remain. And then we will meet the I Ching, the wise sage. All right, thanks for joining me. Have a good night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.